What's going on, guys? I'm Narik Chase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Underworld. Now, Underworld is a 2003 action supernatural horror film directed by Len Wiseman, and the plot revolves around this war between the vampires and these werewolves, and it follows this vampire death dealer named Selene, who has to protect this human who's been targeted by the werewolves, otherwise known as Lycans. The whole entire vampire versus werewolf conflict is actually a pretty interesting story, and it does serve for a very stable backdrop to the events of Underworld, and I really like that. It's a really deep mythology, and I think that it actually works. We have this vampire society where they're like rich and they're high mighty and they're like all sophisticated, where you have more of these Lycans being kind of like these runts and rebels, have to live underground and things like that. And it actually is a pretty good setting. And the story does follow Selene, who has to uncover this mystery with the Lycans and their obsession with this human named Michael. And the twist that involved Michael is actually pretty cool, which leads into a very awesome climax. Now, Selene is a pretty flat character generally, but I think Kate Beckinsale gives the character personality. She's definitely the tough female lead, and she does it well. And also, besides her attitude and strength and skill, she is absolutely stunning. Kate Beckinsale owns this role as Selene. She has the look down pat. She is just absolutely gorgeous, and the whole gothic theme of the film just works. And not only just works generally for her character, but for the overall theme of the film. You have this character named Michael, who is this guy that just ends up getting caught up in this war, and you kind of feel for this man because he don't know what's going on, but he also has a very important role in the film. And Scott Speedman is just great. He's an awesome guy. He's like one of those characters that you definitely root for, and then when he gets there, you're like, okay, I was with you the entire way. So I really like that. And I also love the chemistry between Selene and Michael. You can tell that even though Selene doesn't really want to admit it, that she kind of feels a certain way as the film is actually continuing to go, that they're also building this great relationship. And I think that the film did a great job of actually focusing in on that. Bill Nighy's in the film as Victor, and Victor is a complete badass, but at the same time, he's kind of a douchebag. How well he can hold up against these Lycans and stuff, and it just shows you that he's like really cool, yet one of those dickish type characters, and how his role in the film actually adds to the twist of everything. Also, I like Lucian's character too. At first I thought he was more of just like a flat antagonizing type of character, but when you get into his role into the film, you actually learn more about his character and his motivations. You can see that he's more well-rounded, and that it actually has more of a personal stake in this. So, and it also this history that's between him and Victor, and that's why he is the way he is, and how he views vampires the way he views vampires. Honestly, the look of the film is just great. It looks great. The dark theme, the whole gothic style look, it was actually a great backdrop for this film. It definitely set some great tones. And when it comes to the vampire practical CGI effects, when it comes to the werewolves, they all look really great. I do like how they kept going back and forth with the CGI and practical effects when it came to the Lycans, especially when it comes to the transformation and the creatures themselves. I think they did a great job. The score is decent, even though it isn't like stand out, but it does help to set that dark tone for the film, and it completely works. Now, one would sit there and possibly complain about the fact that there's like a lack of character development in the film, but I think for what they were going for, I think they hit the nail on the head, and I don't even think it's really necessary, because by the end of the film, as Selene is seen as this kind of cold-hearted, flat character, she does somewhat change a little bit. And I think not only does that have to do with Michael's character, but also with what happens in the story. If you like action, there's a lot of great action sequences, gunfights, fight sequences. It's a great action-packed film, so it's definitely worth a watch. Now, time for the final verdict. Underworld is actually a pretty good film. It does have an interesting story, great use of practical effects, as well as the CGI effects. We have pretty good performances. Great performance by Beckinsale. Completely steals the show. Selene is a total badass as a female strong lead character. A great mythological setting for the film. And also I like the political aspects of it too. And there is interesting twists. So aside for that, really don't have no issues with the film. And it's a pretty good film. Underworld deserves a 3 out of 5. Underworld is definitely one of those films. It's like, think that would probably be as big and as important as you figured it would be, but then it actually is. It's actually a pretty enjoyable watch. So anyway, guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what did you think about Underworld? Did you like the idea of it? Did you like the characters of it? Do you like the whole new take when it comes to the vampire, werewolf mythology? And also, do you think Kate Beckinsale is possibly the hottest vampire that has ever graced the big screen? And until the next video, guys, Narik signing out.